Me and Ana are here at Eddie Kone's Jiu Jtsu Academy. I want to thank Professor Eddie Kone for accommodating us today. We're also here with instructor Tig and Ana, who will today teach us some techniques about Jiu Jitsu, speak about the art, and also give us some techniques on self-defense, because there are things we can apply actually in relationships. We need to protect the relationship as we need to protect ourselves. So, Professor, thanks for welcoming us once again, for having the Love Talk Show here at your academy. And I would like you to speak a little bit about Jiu Jitsu and how it was brought here to the UK. You were telling me a little bit off camera here of the story. So how did everything start?
Okay, so Jiu Jitsu, as you know, the art that we practice here is Gracie Jiu Jitsu, which was developed in Brazil in the 1950s. Obviously became famous by Grandmaster Helio Gracie and his brother Carlos Gracie. In the early times of Jiu Jitsu here in the UK, I was one of the people that was traveling back and forward to Brazil to train with the old man and his sons to learn the art. Fast forward 24 years, and here we are in London with an academy that practices and focuses on the original teachings and fight philosophy of the Grandmaster Helio Gracie.
Right. So the art concentrates a lot on how a small person, right, can actually protect himself from a bigger one, right, or herself, of course, correct. From a bigger one, right? It involves a lot of leverage techniques, isn't it?
Correct, yeah. The main focus of Gracie Jiu Jitsu is and will always be, as far as we're concerned, self-defense. When we talk about self-defense, as you stated rightly, in relationships, self-defense doesn't just cover the physical attributes of fighting. There's a mindset here. We also cover health defense, which is the diet side of eating, of lifestyle. So it's a lifestyle. So the diet is very important to us as well. Mental self-defense, not letting bad thoughts enter our mind and us outwardly pushing them onto other people or ourselves. So self-defense has a very, very big spectrum. A lot of people only know the physical side, but there is much more to it than that.
I have to make a confession here in front of everyone. I'm a big fan of the sport. I practiced a little bit in my younger days, and one of the amazing things that I learned also is that the best fight is the one that you don't attend.
100%, 100%.
Yeah.
We're a big advocate of that. As a martial artist, as a practitioner, and as a teacher, we always recommend our students to avoid at any time they can. Avoid the bad foods, avoid the fight, avoid all of the negative stuff that comes with that.
So some of it you can avoid, like you can avoid diseases, the fight against diseases, if you eat right, if you have an active, physically active lifestyle, mentally active lifestyle. And there are some fights that you cannot avoid, unfortunately. These ones are the ones that, how do you deal with it then when you can't avoid a fight? Well, we're going to speak more about this, but first, we want to learn a little bit of the technique. Are you excited?
Very excited, yeah.
Have you done this before?
Never.
So today, she's going to learn her fighting skill. Anna's fighting skills will be shown here today. So we're sure we're going to have fun, and for sure, teach you some good principles about the Jiu Jitsu art here with our instructors too, and also about love. So let's see here how we're going to do.
So today we did what we call our basic self-defense curriculum, or some parts of the curriculum of self-defense with Edward and Ana. Those moves are the basic, or are some basic moves which come from the beginner program. So from the time you walk into the academy, these we find are the most instinctual moves that they can play around with and work with and get the best results over a very short period of time. The trap and roll position which we did, which is when someone sits on top of someone else and they get rolled off. This is kind of what we would consider to be the worst case scenario should it unfold in a street situation. And then we progressed into the second move, which we randomly picked, which was the double-handed neck grab from the front. Again, a very basic position, but a very common attack that could happen to people. And we were showing Edward and Ana how to defend that position and escape with minimum injury to themselves, but maximum effect as in breaking distance and escaping. They then progressed on to shoulder grab, which is another common situation, someone grabbing the shoulder and trying to pull you away. which they then developed some base, which we call base, good structure, good body posture, and then they retaliated with the shoulder lock. They then progressed from that to the hair grab situation, which was specifically designed at Ana, being a female with long hair. Again, exactly the same move, just from a different approach, from behind, grabbing the hair and getting the arm wrapped. And then from there, they went into two throws. One was a overhead throw, grab from behind, being thrown over the front of the body, and landing, obviously, as you heard, with a very loud bang. Which would hopefully repel or stop a fight should it unfold in that manner. And the final one being, if they were pulled back from behind, how they could then turn that into an advantageous position and throw the person back into the ground.
That's the best idea to avoid the fight. And if you're going to fight, make sure you're fighting for something right. You're fighting because you're fighting for what is right. You're fighting because you want to be faithful, and you want faithfulness from your partner too. That's basically, Professor, what we're talking about in the show. If you're gonna fight for the right thing. But don't argue, don't fight against another, because even when you're arguing or fighting against your partner, even if you win, you lose.
Yeah,
because it's both. But some fights, as we said in the beginning, are sometimes unavoidable. For instance, some people are fighting a disease right now. You didn't ask for it, it came your way. You're fighting because your children grew up and they are becoming a little bit rebellious. It's something. So I believe what I see here, Professor, is that Jiu-Jitsu prepares you. You know, you have this situation, you know what to do. That happens to you, you know what to do.
This is what I say, the defining thing that brings us here is Jiu-Jitsu. We all love the art. It's a lifestyle, you know? And those who embody the lifestyle have longevity. It's the same in relationship. If we're not listening, we're not careful, you know, can change the dynamics.
Yeah, it's right.
So this is it from the Love Talk Show today. We hope you all have enjoyed, and we'll see you next week Saturday. Bye bye.